This isn't just a car. This is the future performance. Pure electric power, wrapped in the heritage of a brand that's synonymous with racing pedigree and innovation. This is the Lotus Evija F2. From the moment you lay eyes on it, the Evija demands your attention. Its sculpted, almost alien design seems to bend light as it moves. Those dramatic Venturi tunnels cutting through the rear aren't just for show. They're a core part of the car's active aerodynamics, channeling air through the body for maximum downforce and stability. Every curve, every edge, every surface has been sculpted for a singular purpose: speed with grace. And let's talk numbers, because the Evija isn't here to play catch-up. It's here to dominate. We're talking about nearly 2,000 metric horsepower. Yes, 2,000. Delivered through 4 electric motors, one at each wheel. Combined, they generate a staggering 1,700 newton-meters of torque. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, under 3 seconds. 0 to 300, just 9 seconds. These aren't just supercar numbers. These are spaceship numbers. But raw speed is only part of the story. What makes the Evija different is how that power is delivered. Thanks to advanced torque vectoring, the car can distribute power to each individual wheel instantly. That means sharper cornering, better grip, and a driving experience that feels almost telepathic. Inside, the cabin is minimalistic but futuristic. It's what Lotus calls for the driver by the driver. You sit low, cocooned in lightweight materials, surrounded by carbon fiber and alcantara. The steering wheel? Straight out of a fighter jet. There's no traditional dash. Just a single screen providing all essential info, and even that disappears when you park. It's all about the experience of driving. No distractions, no clutter. And speaking of materials, Lotus has gone all in on lightweight design. The entire car weighs just around 1,680 kilograms. That's extremely light for an electric hypercar, and it's achieved through clever engineering and the use of an ultralight carbon fiber monocoque chassis. That low weight means quicker acceleration, sharper handling, and better range efficiency. Now let's talk range. With a 70 kilowatt-hour battery pack developed in partnership with Williams Advanced Engineering, the Evija has an estimated range of about 400 kilometers on the WLTP cycle. That might not sound like a lot compared to some EVs, but remember, this is a hypercar, not a road trip SUV. And the best part? Charging. The Evija supports 800 kilowatts charging capability. While no chargers out there support that yet, when they do, Lotus claims a full charge could take as little as 9 minutes. Even at 350 kilowatts, you're looking at around 18 minutes to 80%. That's faster than your coffee stop. Sound? You'd think a silent electric car might lose some of that emotional connection, right? Lotus didn't think so. They worked with British composer Patrick Patricios to craft a unique sound signature for the Evija, inspired by Colin Chapman's original Lotus Type 49 Formula One car. The result? A subtle but distinctive hum that builds with speed, adding a futuristic pulse to the drive. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: production. The Evija is limited to just 130 units globally. That's right, only 130 people on Earth will ever own one. It's hand-built in Hethel, the home of Lotus, with each unit tailored to the customer's specification. So yes, it's exclusive, and with a price tag north of $2 million US, it's also a serious investment. But the Evija isn't just a car for billionaires and collectors. It's a statement, a message from Lotus that performance isn't about noise or displacement or combustion anymore. It's about innovation. It's about what comes next. And for Lotus, a brand known for lightness, agility, and racing soul, that next chapter is fully electric. Here's the thing. Lotus has always been about pushing boundaries. From dominating Formula One in the 60s and 70s to creating some of the lightest and most responsive road cars in history, they've never played by the rules. The Evija F2 is a natural evolution of that philosophy, just with more power, more technology, and no emissions. So, who is the Evija for? Honestly, it's for the dreamers, the pioneers, the people who want the bleeding edge of performance and engineering. It's not just fast. It's a vision of what electric driving can be when passion meets precision. In a world where many supercars are beginning to feel a little expected, the Evija feels like something else entirely. it's not just the fastest Lotus ever. It might be the most important, because in the years to come, when the EV revolution is in full swing, we'll look back at the Evija as one of the machines that changed the game. This isn't just the future of Lotus. It might be the future of performance itself. Let's take a second to zoom out and put the Evija into context. We live in an era where performance cars are breaking boundaries like never before. Rimac has a Nevera, Tesla has the Roadster 2.0 on the horizon, and Koenigsegg is rewriting physics with cars like the Jesko and Gemera. So where does the Lotus Evija fit in? Here's where it gets interesting. While many hypercars are about brute force acceleration and endless straight-line speed, Lotus has taken a different route. It's focused on precision, feedback, and lightweight engineering, qualities that define cars like the Elise, Exige, and Esprit. The Evija carries those same principles into the electric age. You feel it not just in the numbers, but in the way the car handles itself on track. Test drivers have reported that it's shockingly agile, more so than you'd expect for an electric hypercar. The torque vectoring means it can pivot around corners, rotate under throttle, and even mimic the behavior of mid-engine supercars. It's not just fast, it's intelligent. Then there's the braking system. Lotus partnered with AP Racing to develop a bespoke carbon ceramic setup. You get extreme stopping power and fade resistance, even after lap of track punishment. Regenerative braking also plays a role, recapturing energy during deceleration and feeding it back into battery system. It's a seamless blend of mechanical and electrical technology. Let's talk about cooling for a moment. With 4 motors and a high-output battery, thermal management is key. Lotus designed an advanced liquid cooling system with multiple independent loops. The battery, motors, and inverters each get their own dedicated cooling circuits. And those active aero flaps at the rear, they adjust automatically based on speed and heat load, helping maintain peak performance lap after lap. Now, of course, this is still an EV, so the lack of engine sound might turn some enthusiasts off. But here's what sets the Evija apart. It embraces silence. That lack of noise allows you to hear the tires gripping the tarmac, the suspension working, and the wind slicing past the sculpted body. It's a different kind of connection. Less about volume, more about clarity. Let's switch gears and talk about build quality and personalization. Lotus offers a concierge-style build process for each customer. Buyers can work directly with a design team to choose colors, materials, and finishes. Want exposed carbon fiber with copper accents? No problem. Custom brake caliper engraving? Done. Even the digital dashboard can be programmed with a bespoke startup sequence and signature graphics. No 2 Evijas will ever be exactly alike. And then there's the heritage. Lotus isn't a startup. This is the same company that brought us legends like the Lotus 72, the Esprit Turbo, the Elise S1. Cars that didn't just compete, they reshaped the way people thought about performance. Colin Chapman, Lotus's founder, had a mantra: simplify, then add lightness. The Evija is a high-tech evolution of that philosophy. Even with a massive battery and quad motors, it's still one of the lightest EV hypercars ever made. But what about real-world usability? Can you daily drive a Lotus Evija? The short answer is, technically yes, but realistically it's a showpiece. Ground clearance is adjustable with lift settings and can navigate city streets or show up at a car meet in style. But this isn't a grocery getter. The ride is firm, the interior is race-focused, and the rear visibility is minimal. That said, it does come with front and rear cameras, parking sensors, and modern connectivity, so it's more approachable than you'd expect. What really defines the Evija isn't just what it is, it's what it represents. It's the moment Lotus made the leap from analog to electric without losing its soul. It's proof that performance and sustainability aren't enemies. They're allies. And maybe that's the most exciting part. We're entering a new era of automotive history, one where batteries replace fuel tanks, where silence replaces noise, and where AI and software play just as much a role as the driver. In that world, the Lotus Evija isn't just participating, it's leading. And with only 130 units in existence, it's also one of the rarest hypercars on Earth. To own one is to own a piece of the future. Now. So the next time someone says electric cars are boring, point them to this. The Evija doesn't just shatter expectations. It redefines what's possible.